Shalom to Rabbi Yaacov Behrman, Crown Heights, New York, director of the Jewish Future Alliance.
Shalom.
So we're talking about the recent violent attacks, the knockout attacks. First of all, if you could give us a recap, what happened so far? What are we talking about, basically?
Across the nation, we're seeing something called the knockout game, where young African-American teens attempt to punch somebody in the face and knock them out with one punch. There's been several deaths linked to this knockout game. In Crown Heights, we've seen the knockout game, but it seems to be that the youth are targeting primarily Jews in Crown Heights. Not the last incident, but this past Sunday night, there was an Israeli young man, about 20 years old. He was walking on Kingston Avenue in the heart of Crown Heights, Kingston and Crown, and an African-American male, approximately 20 years old, punched him in the back of his head, and he was holding an expensive camera, but nothing was stolen. They clearly wanted to hurt him, and that was the purpose of attacking him.
And in most cases, we're talking about people who are easily identified as Jews.
They're Hasidic Chabad Jews, and they're dressed in kippas and tzitzit, and some of them are wearing black hats. So you could identify them, correct.
And what can you tell us about the results, the injuries following these attacks?
Thank God there was a child, I believe it was on November 6th, that was punched in the face and fell to the ground. His eye was black and blue for a few weeks, but he's great. He actually jumped up and chased the attackers and was successful. Real Jewish pride, He fell to the ground, flat on his face. He got up and he tried to, pursue those that attacked him. But thank God he didn't catch them.
So tell me, please, how really is the community dealing with this knockout wave?
Well, yesterday we had a meeting in Crown Heights. We had about, I would say, 50 leaders there. The governor's office was represented, the mayor's office, the mayor-elect's office, African-American leaders from across New York City, principals of the local schools, business owners. And we sat down and we had a roundtable discussion. What could we do to promote peace amongst the children in this neighborhood? And pretty much everybody agreed that we have to teach the Jews about the African-American culture and the African-American about the Jewish culture. And the Jewish Children's Museum volunteered free exhibits. They're going to take the children to see the museum, to see about the Jewish community. But again, I believe that this game is, they happen to be in Crown Heights, possibly targeting Jews, but it's a game being played across the U.S. And it's more than just anti-Semitism. We have a problem in this country where children think it's okay to hit and it's okay to be violent. They think it's cool.
It seems it has become sort of a reality game for these kids.
They're posting it on Facebook and YouTube, see who did a better hit, who had a better punch. They're proud of it.
So you're talking a lot about education, about understanding, but in addition to that, how are you boosting the actual security, the safety of the residents of Crown Heights?
First of all, we have a great showroom group in Crown Heights. We're out in the streets every single night. We have some ex-Israeli military in the showroom. They have scooters, they have cars. They're all over the place. They've actually been first responders in most of these incidents. We also have an increased police protection. Last night, the police department was here on horses. They were on scooters, in the cars, in the vans. We have police on almost every corner now. And the police commissioner himself, Ray Kelly, is personally involved in overseeing, and Chief Banks is personally involved. And the police are taking this very serious. They understand that if it doesn't stop now, it could be an increased, and violence could increase, and the results could be devastating.
We actually understand that a female suspect has been apprehended. Tell me, Rabbi Yaacov, how are the kids, how do you feel that the kids are going to react? Do you think that we're going to see, violent reactions or retaliation?
We have gone to the schools and told our youth not to retaliate, because we do have some tough kids in the neighborhood, and they feel, we're being hit, let's hit back. Even if they're going to, and we told them, trust the police. It's not a time to hit back, it's a time to allow the police to do their work.
Rabbi Yaacov Behrman, Crown Heights, New York, director of the Jewish Future Alliance, thank you very much for joining us.